Hi there, so welcome to another episode of Google Workspace. So today we are going to look at our application called the Google Calendar. So before I get started about calendar, let me just give you a small brief introduction or paint a picture what Google Calendar stands for. So we might think of a calendar, it's mostly like look at certain days and you can plan on all your upcoming events. But Google Calendar is not only just planning your events, where you can also organize all your day-to-day work within the calendar. So let me explain you about of a scenario. Let's say, for an example, if you look at it in the corporate end, so whenever you want to conduct certain meetings, arrange event or meetings, bringing your people together to a specific location, or informing them in prior that there will be certain events that gonna take place on for the upcoming weeks. So most of the time will be have to use so many resources for you to conduct this event. But Google Calendar will helps you to bring everything in one location, one single tab, where you can also take a look at the complete overview of all the events that's happening around your organization. So what you're seeing right now on your screen, this is my events, and it's not just my events that appears on the screen. It also has all the various types of events, plus I can also see my other co-workers events as well. So which means the calendar within your organization can be shared among with one another, so that whenever I want to check out one of my colleague, if their availability or any other their appointment slots, I can also check it out right over here, so that whenever I want to conduct any event with those colleagues, I don't have to call them, I don't have to send any specific notification apart from this Google Calendar, so that I can use everything, do all the activities in one single application. So let's just dive deep into the calendar. Let me just talk about how we can create and organize events through this calendar. So let me switch into my other calendar over here. So you can see right now, this is a plain calendar which I use for my other testing account purposes. All right, so let me just start with, you can see the screen. So basically you can navigate to this application by just simply tapping into this nine dots. We call it as a waffle icon, and you could find the calendar app right over here. Even if not, you can also just type the URL calendar.google.com, so it will navigate to the relevant application based on whichever account that you have logged in. So let me just quickly start by creating it. Let me just go to a create option and then quickly show you how to organize an event here. So as soon as you click on create, you'll be able to see a small window that pops up on your screen, and I'll go to the more option so that I get a bigger screen, so that it will be more easy for me to create the event. So I'm going to just name this thing. Let's say it's going to be the event name Google Day. So I'm going to namely just give a test icon, so that text word, so that whoever reads it, they know this event has been created for the testing purpose. And also I can select the date, whenever whichever the date that I want. So let's say I'm going to conduct this event on 9th of August, and I'm going to select the time, so the starting time till I can also define the end time as well. And also I can just simply drag for multiple days, which means let's say this event is going to be a kind of a workshop that's consecutively going to be at for 3 to 2 days. So I can also select the end date, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to select as one date as it is. And then the next option will be, if it is the all day event, you can select it as all day. If not, you can also make this event repeat consecutively for the 2 to 3 days. For an example, if this event is going to be on weekly basis or in monthly basis, you can just simply select on monthly, or even you can customize it however you want it to be notified. All right, so the next option will be the Google Meet video conferencing. So if we are unable to attend physical meeting, so if any guest who are not able to visit to the specific location, they can just simply uh, join through a video conferencing, unless the organizer has enabled that option. So I'm gonna just enable this feature where people also, when they receive this event notification as an email invitation, they'll be able to see the meet link right over in the invitation itself. And the next option also, you can define any location. So I'm going to just simply give a location saying that, uh, let's say per ship. I would just say per ship house one or anything. Just I can also just tap any location that I want to, and then you'll be able to see the notification mode. So guests will be notified in 10 minutes in prior. So if I want for myself to be notified before 9th of August, what I could do is I can also change the mode, the notification mode for myself for one day. So one day in prior, I'll get a notification, or I can also change the notification mode whether I want it to be as an email. Then automatically I'll get an email in one day in prior. And the next option would be the color of the event can be also indicated based on whatever colors that you choose. And the other option is also the last option, where you can see the description part of it. In this description, you can define basically about whatever the contents that you're going to cover during this session for this specific event. So you can just either attach any other documents. If you have any fundamental links, you can also insert those links. But right now I'm just going to just say it's the testing purpose. So I'm gonna just type just testing, and then I just leave it as it is. And the next option would be the guest list, where you basically add your guests. So right now I'm gonna add my guest. I'm just gonna get random people from my organization. So I'm gonna get like so Lahiru and Stefan, and one more person. I would just say Yashika. Yeah, so this is how it is. So basically I have created the event I have, which means I have filled all the contents, and I have given the guest row, the guest list as well. So guest will be basically, you have to type the guest's email ID, which is their email addresses. So the rooms also will be available if you are, let's say, at your in your organization. Let's say if you have multiple boardrooms, so let's say on a specific time you want to book the boardroom for the meeting that which you are going to conduct. So basically you want to make it as a booking which you need to book in prior, so that no one will take or overlap any at that particular time if by creating another event. So rooms will be basically will be indicated during the time of the time that you have selected, so it will show whether the room is available or not. And finally I will be able to see the option where for just saving the event. So which means I'm going to save the event because I have filled all the relevant contents. So right now I can basically send an invitation. So which means whenever you conduct an event, you have to make sure to send the invitation all the relevant people, which means the guest lists. So here it will be sent as an email, so that everyone who's in the guest list will be notified as an email. So finally I'm going to send this as an email. Right now I'm going to just click send, and it says the outside organization. So I'm using my other test account, so I have added a few other accounts from my other domain as well. So I'm going to just invite everyone. uh, and then basically you'll be able to see my calendar event. If I go to the 9th of August, there you go, the calendar events indicates on the calendar just like this. And also you could see all the details which I gave while I'm creating. Like you can see all the relevant details. So it has been the name of the event, the link will be showed just like this, so that whoever gets the email invitation, they'll be able to click on this link. And right at the bottom you could see all the guest lists. So apparently the guest has to respond to this event, then only the person whoever creates it, the creator will be notified how many people are going to be attend for this event. So you can see at the bottom where it shows the response list right over here at the bottom, where it shows as yes, no, or maybe. So you can also see there will be a drop down next to the yes bar. So whoever wants to attend the meeting physically or in virtually, they can select the response based on how they want to attend. So I could just simply say yes for the default mode, so that whenever I'm not pretty sure whether I'll be attend physically or virtually, so it may differ based on my appointment slot for the day. And finally the other rest of the people, which means all my guests, also would have received an email notification by now. Okay, so they also will be able to go to their calendar, or either they can just stay from where they are from the email itself, they can respond it. Okay, so I told you that earlier, basic where you can also share your calendar with among one another, which means with your co-workers you can share your calendar just like that. Okay, so how do we share our calendar with other people? So, for an example, you could just go to your settings right over here in your calendar settings. Go to click on settings, and then just go to settings over here, and you'll be able to find your calendar right over here where it says settings for my calendar. It will indicate the first as your name, so it shows my name, Arjun. And if I scroll it down a little down on that list, you'll be able to see there's an option called share with specific people. So let's say actually, a scenario like most of the time when you really want to if you want to share your event details with one of your coworkers, so whenever you are absent at your work for on a particular day, the other person or your colleague will be able to see whether you are on a leave or you are at work. So here basically you can share with the option where it says add people, and you can just basically add any people that you want, and you can share this specific criteria, whether the permission to the user, whether you want them to see all your event details, or you want to hide just the event, the slot will be appear, not the details at all. And here the other options also you can provide, whether you want them to make changes and all of that, you can also select it. But default, I would prefer always to give them see all details. You can change it based on however you want them to see your event details. So finally, so now my calendar has been shared with that individual, so that whenever they want to see my calendar event, yes, probably they will be able to go through all my calendar details, events, through their calendar. And how do we see their calendar in my calendar? How do you get their calendar events into your calendar? Here you could see there's an option called other calendars. Click on this plus mark and go to subscribe to a calendar, and in that calendar you'll be able to get the person. You can just type the username, even if it is your inside your organization, you can just type the name of the user. So I'm going to just type just say Dimutu at demo@fcpl.biz, and then immediately it will show me to send a request for me to view the my we view my colleagues calendar. So which means you can't just immediately add them into your calendar so that you will get to see all their event details. Still it's going to be in the privacy aspect of side of it. So for that to happen, you need to send them a request. It's something like a Facebook aspect, like when you want to add a user or add a one of your friend. First of all, first most you have to send them a request for them to accept your request. So it gives you the same scenario, same similar scenario, where Dimutu has to accept my request after me sending the invitation. So that is how uh, you basically add your colleague, or if you want to see their calendar events, that's how you need to do it, by just simply clicking onto this other calendar and subscribe their calendar. If you want to share your calendar with other people, you can go to probably through those settings which I showed you earlier. So that's how the calendar works. So calendar is mostly, it will be more efficient by using it to organize all your events then and there. So you can see now, this is my calendar, which is my corporate one. So whenever I want to check any of my colleagues and their appointments and any of those events, I'll be probably go through my calendar, so that I can completely get rid of all my other works, other resources, such as sending emails, sending sending messages, calls after calls. You can completely get rid of those scenarios, get rid of those activities. Simply you can maintain everything in one place, which will help the Google Calendar to organize, to do all your works. So simply that what it is. And so we'll have another episode and another productivity feature on another video. Thank you so much.